Oh boy. Mm. Oh. Ah. Jessica, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I've been stacked with patients all day. Haven't had a chance to eat. You don't mind?
Oh, sure.
So go ahead and catch me up on how you're doing. Are you having any side effects?
Like,
Okay. Let's say dizziness, fatigue, insomnia, diarrhea, sexual dysfunction, changes in appetite, weight gain, weight loss, death.
death?
No, a black box side effect. Well, you look pretty much alive, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I've had sort of an ongoing headache and some nausea.
Totally normal, expected even. What about your symptoms?
Well, I mean, it hasn't been that long, but I think it's going pretty well. Better than the last one I was on, Sarah Trailine or
Uh,
whatever.
well, it can take a few weeks for it all to kick in, as you know.
I know. Yeah.
And how are you feeling about the dose?
I think it's all right, but could we go up anymore?
Definitely. I mean, you know yourself best. Let's see. We're due for a refill anyway. We'll check in again and say, how does 6 weeks sound?
Great,
Okay, great. I will put that in now.
great.
Uh, which medication are you on again?
Effexor?
Effexor. Hmm. Would we have gone with the generic, perhaps?
Yeah, it's like evil flaxseed or whatever, something like
Hmm.
that.
Do you think you could spell that for me?
I Isn't it literally your job to know my medications?
I have a lot of patients.
It's venafexaline, venafexine, off-brand Effexor, Effexor. What the hell? What was that?
All right, all right. You can stop begging. I'm here.
Are hallucinations an expected part of SNRIs?
Not often. Sexy, my favorite fiend.
Lori, my main muchacho. How's it going?
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh,
What
please.
the hell?
Hell isn't half the horror you think it is. You live in post-iPhone America.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, what have you been up to?
Up to my tit and paperwork.
Oh,
Leadership is trying to bring Hell Inc. into the next generation. Something about synergy, something about customer experience, and boom, we're all setting prior authorization requirements.
boom indeed.
Remarkably uninventive. I was angling for a new side effect.
Oh, another one?
I'm thinking spontaneous expulsion of limbs might be interesting.
Might be a tad much, don't you think?
Haven't had a real winter since pre-apism. Gastrointestinal upset just doesn't have the same sting that it did 10 years ago. Shit. Everyone and their ferret has IBS these days. Gotta keep it fresh.
This has got to be a HIPAA violation. This is my appointment, and you are infringing on my right to privacy under federal law.
Don't furrow your sweet little human mind over it. Consider me part of your treatment team, darling.
Who are you calling darling?
Perhaps it's best not to question the infernal wisdom of a brand-name demon.
If someone doesn't tell me what is going on right now, I am going to... Well, I don't know what I'll do, but...
I suggest a rash for you to break out into.
I'll leave her alone, Fexie. I think the mild psychological distress that she's currently inflicting is plenty.
Booyah!
Perhaps a little bit more than mild. So, how's working from hell going?
Oh, it's all Zoom meetings all the time. But hey, no pants.
I know what I'll do. I'll call DHS.
Oh, man. Why don't you just ring up Satan himself?
Oh, the state signed a contract with Hell Inc. in 1981.
Just close your little laptop, sweetie, and let the grown-ups talk. You're not a hostage. I could work with that.
All right, look, she's human, Fexter. She pays through the nose for these appointments. Just let her have the full 10-minute bang for your buck experience.
There is going to be hell to pay if you don't.
Copay.
Then with the hell. Haven't you ever wondered why the healthcare system is so borked?
I assumed it was all politics and greed.
Hey, she's got something going on in that noggin other than depression after all. Ding, ding, ding.
Hey!
Let me introduce myself. I'm Effexor. Fexy to friends, colleagues, and just about everybody else who I find interesting.
And you're a...
Demon, professionally, yes. Hello.
Oh my God, I've lost it. This is serotonin syndrome, right? Isn't this dangerous?
What? Fexie? He's nothing more than a low-budget Beetlejuice.
Excuse me?
Said with affection.
Alas, I am extremely and mundanely real. Top of my class in mind meddling.
We've got some tough competition these days. Have you seen Wellbutrin lately?
Oh, please, please. Her side effects are precious at worst. She's a pretty little pill, but she's not actually giving corporate a return on investment. One of these days, she'll unveil a new side effect, and that'll change. They raved about Xanax, too, and when was the last time you wrote a script for that?
I write more for hydroxyzine these days.
Exactly. You can't have anxiety if you're practically in a coma.
Well, I'm just saying, the deals that she makes are getting pretty popular with the youngsters. It's a high reward, low risk world out here.
Millennials and their incessant need for instant gratification. They'll pay a price at some point. Ooh, 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 exploding eyeballs.
Oh, too camp. Remember how spontaneous combustion went?
Those were the days.
Let me get this straight. You are a demon who, for some reason, is named after a psychiatric medication.
Other way around, darling.
And you curse people.
Oh, curse is such a harsh word. It's a bit of fun for us is all. Everything has a price, especially neurotransmitters. Woof. Oh, the topsiders,
The healthcare elite.
they're all schmucks. Give them enough shiny shit and they're happy. They want your money. They need your money. Deductible, co-insurance, blah, blah, blah. But us,
The demons.
Yeah, I got it.
we deal in entertainment. Somebody's got to keep the posthumous party going. And what's funnier than human suffering, right? Come on. The TikTok where the guy breaks the hammock and his wife falls in a lake? Peanut butter baby? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm partial to the old-fashioned slapstick, Three Stooges kind of thing.
The Three Stooges, man. Oh, those guys were great.
They don't make comedy like that anymore.
Wait. What about the others that I've been on? Prozac, Lexapro.
Zach. He was my mentor. The OG prefrontal Beelzebub.
Cymbalta?
Oh, you really got him. You're really gone with a taste the rainbow approach to antidepressants, huh?
I prefer trial and error, thank you.
So I'm in a deal with the devil.
Just a touch. You get to be more or less happy here on mortal soil. I get the pleasure of tormenting your meat suit for the teehees in the meantime.
I'll just stop taking you. Whatever.
Not if I stop taking you first. You ever heard of antidepressant discontinuation syndrome?
So I'm trapped.
Teensy bit.
Raw dogging your mental health is its own flavor of purgatorial anguish.
Are you punishing me for something?
Nothing personal. Just a pre-existing condition of being human.
All right, Fexter. The poor girl's suffered through enough of your theatrics for one afternoon.
I'm gonna need a lot more therapy.
Oh, you go right ahead and repress this, darling.
Why you?
Are we about done here? I have another patient coming up, and you know what they say? Pee now or forever hold your peace.
Well, I have a meeting with the devil.
Huh? Want to trade?
No such luck, pal. No takesy-backsy. Have a wonderful titration period, pumpkin.
I'll see you in hell, sweetheart.
Toodaloo. Oh, I'm going to improve her mood by 19% and give her excessive sweating as a little treat.
Oh, 19%. Getting soft on me, old timer.
Never.
Sayonara.
I hate technology. It is so Ricky!
On, Claire. Oh, no, Schiffbauer, you cursed man. Look what you've done. I'm melting here. Claire, don't be so dramatic. That you're in this mess is your fault, not his. Oh, Claire, yes. What took you so long? I could have knit a car while I was waiting.
I'd like a Ferrari, fire engine red. What's up, Blair? Make it quick. Charlie the Munchkin and I are going hiking in Franconia Notch. Oh man, I can hear your brain buzzing. Charlie, it's Blair. I'm gonna be a few minutes. Okay, what are you thinking about? I can smell the digital smoke.
Noah, I'm thinking about Noah.
What? Wait, Noah? Noah Schiffbauer Jr., not some mythical Noah only you imagine? Why?
Because I can. Because I am. Because he exists. Because I exist. Because I'm obsessing about Noah. Because Noah captivates me, enthralls me, absorbs me. I'm unable to concentrate on anything else with him racing around in my mind.
Enough already. I'm getting seasick. Why?
Well, you stopped talking with me in the last month.
Blair, why in the name of the holy chipmunk would he talk to you? You were mean to him this summer. For crying out loud, you drop kicked him over Suntop Mountain.
He doesn't even look at me.
Why would he when you crushed him like a clump of dirt this summer? He told you out loud in no uncertain terms someone even as stubborn as you couldn't deliberately misunderstand that he loved you. And what did you do? You need him in a sensitive part of his anatomy, metaphorically speaking, of course. Men and boys all over Grafton County grunted in sympathetic pain.
Well, he'd never told me he loved me before.
Why does that change anything if you don't love him?
Because Claire, I think I do love him. I never expected him to say out loud that he loved me. He surprised me. He frightened me.
Is that so? Surprised and frightened? The double whammy. Okay. Why did he frighten you?
Here goes. If you laugh, I'll have to hurt you. In fact, I doubt they'll ever find your body. I don't think I really believed he loved me until right then. When you and Mom and all my friends all told me he loved me, I was sure you were kidding. I was sure he didn't really love me, as in love me, not just as a friend. I never really completely believed it before.
Blair, he loves you. He has, I think, since you were born. Lord knows why, some kind of strange birth trauma. Or perhaps an evil wizard, like he who must not be named, cursed him with the Obsessio Blario curse. He will probably always love you. You and Noah are doomed.
Okay, he's in love with me, has been in love with me forever. I may be the poster child for stupid and pig-headed, but I finally opened my eyes and seen the truth.
Blair, were you hoping that he didn't love you or that he did?
Oh God. I'm not sure. I'm so damn confused right now. I was fine until he told me he loved me. When he did, something inside me twisted or turned. I knee-jerk told him I didn't love him. Then I felt dizzy and then nauseous. Lately, I've been feeling intoxicated.
You do love him. Maybe Mom should arrange therapy for you, send you to an ashram in Tibet.
Ugh, of yours, Claire. I was planning to talk with Noah this weekend, but he went home. I wouldn't even know he went, except his annoying sister Kelly called to demand I do something about him before she put him out of his misery. Claire, I never expected him to just ignore me. He's never just ignored me.
Is this just stubborn Pengriff pride talking? Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. Mom and I have terminal cases of it ourselves. I've been a practitioner a few years longer than you. Admit it, Blair. You've ignored him plenty of times over the years.
I have. I was stupid and hurtful. But Noah's never been hurtful, even when I was.
Are you sure he's really being hurtful, or is he simply surviving? Maybe the only way he might deal with you is not to deal with you?
Oh. Well, I hadn't considered that. Maybe? I don't know.
Blair, he loves you. You have done nothing to earn or deserve his love to date.
What? I mean, no, I haven't. Oh, I have no idea what to do.
Buck up, little buckaroo. This is the speech Mom flung my way when I was moping and mooning over Charlie. And I quote, "How about trying to be an adult? How about trying to earn not only his love, but his respect, perhaps respecting yourself as well? You should consider what you want. What you want. Charlie, or in your case, Noah, has told you what he wants. Do you want what he's offering? He has offered you forever. Be sure you want forever before you accept it. Be sure you want to offer forever before offering it. This is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make." End quote. Mom carved that into my memory.
Charlie offered you forever, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It took me a day or two to allow him to persuade me, but I've never regretted doing so.
Thanks, Claire. I've loved Noah as long as he's loved me, but I believed I loved him as a friend. I do love him as a friend, but now I'm wondering if I love him as a man.
Are you gonna be okay?
No, probably not. At least not until I talk with Noah. Claire, I'm horribly in love, and I wasn't honest about it. Now I have to go win him back.
My money's on you. There's no time like today for winning back the inevitable guy.
I hope I haven't screwed everything up. I love him. Now the question is, does he still love me?
If he doesn't, we'll sick the holy chipmunk on him and tickle him until he surrenders and loves you.
Thanks. Now go. I have to throw myself on his mercy.
Good luck. Now we're off to see the flume. The wonderful flume of Franconia.
Ugh. Am I crazy? Yep, I am. Crazy as a loon. What I really should be is sly as a fox. Okay, here I go. Bang, Zoom, invite. Ugh, come on, Noah. What are you doing? Building a computer? Noah!
All day yesterday, all day today, emails, texts, voicemails, phone calls I didn't answer. And now a Zoom invite? Blair, go away.
I won't.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I want to talk with you.
I believe you said everything you had to say, at least to me.
I didn't. Look, please, I must talk with you.
Talk with me like you talked with me last summer? Do you tell me in each of the 4 seasons that you don't love me? Well, then say it. Then leave me alone.
Noah, please.
Please what, Blair? You're disrupting my day. I came home this weekend to decompress, to spend time with my family, to think of anyone except for you, to convince myself the future's not the recycled past.
Noah, I'm sorry about summer.
Oh, is that so? You're sorry? How convenient.
It's not just convenient, it's the truth.
So, you're sorry. That's something we can agree on, something we have in common in the next millennium or two. God, I'm damn sorry too, Blair. Now leave me alone.
I won't leave you alone. If you end the session, I'll just keep calling, texting, emailing, sending you Zoom invites. I might even hire a skywriter.
You're driving me crazy. Why won't you leave me alone? I've been in
Because,
front of you for 22 seemingly endless years, and you choose today to talk to me to, I don't know what to me?
yeah, because today I want to explain something to you.
Explain something? How? In some weird Blair way or in a way I'll actually understand? And why? Will an explanation change anything? Will it turn winter into spring?
Well, it will. The flowers bloom, the trees leaf out.
And explain what? Why you don't love me? My guess is I'm just too boring, humdrum, too damn stodgy for a woman of your high spirits, gaiety, and bubbly merriment. I bet you can think rings around me.
Wait. What did you say?
You heard me. Your ears don't overlap.
That's ridiculous.
I believe it's
Ugh.
obvious.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Something else we can agree on. I'm a ridiculous idiot for holding on to my feelings for you all these years.
I never believed you were boring.
When you even took time to consider me at all, maybe it's time we stopped considering each other. Goodbye, Blair.
Well, not consider each other. Oh, come on, Noah. Come on.
Blair, what? Why don't you go to some tropical island in the southern hemisphere or go to the moon or go anywhere? I don't care. I don't want to talk to you.
I won't go away. I'll follow you to the North Pole if I have to. I'll zoom you from the moon.
You're insane. You're driving me insane.
That's right. We're crazy as loons.
Why couldn't you have talked to me while we were both still at school?
Well, I wasn't ready. I had to gather my thoughts. I'm ready now.
Oh, I see. You weren't ready before, but now you are. That clears up everything.
I want to talk with you today. now. Since we're already talking, I see no reason to postpone. How can you be sure I don't have things to tell you that you might want to hear? I'm capable of saying all sorts of marvelous things.
No, we'll talk back at school over lunch. I need to eat anyway. I'll sit there where you tell me all sorts of things I don't want to hear. God, Blair, why are you tormenting me?
Well, that's a silly question. Haven't I tormented you nearly your entire life?
Of course you have. Silly me.
Well, why would I stop now?
I have no idea. For the life of me, I have no idea. I have no clue about you, Blair. Listening to you is like listening to a language I don't understand.
Noah, have you ever had someone so familiar that you just assumed they would always be there when you wanted them?
What?
Just answer me, please.
Um, my sister Kelly, I guess. My parents, Grandma Eleanor, Grandpa Noah,
No, not family, someone else.
your brother Aaron.
Aaron's almost your brother. Someone else. A girl, a woman.
Okay, Blair, I haven't. The only non-family girl or woman I've ever cared about is you.
Noah,
Blair, just shut up. Please, just shut up for a minute and let me talk.
okay, shutting up. This is Blair shutting up. See how quickly she can shut up.
I never assumed you would be there if I wanted you to. I convinced myself you wouldn't be. To assume you would be would have led to madness. I have no assumptions when it comes to you. Time and constant despair have burned up all my assumptions.
There, that's the problem.
What? I don't understand you. I don't know if I've ever understood you.
Noah, don't you see I'm drowning in assumptions? I assumed you would be there. I treated you accordingly. Somehow my head convinced my heart I could never lose you, that you would be there when I wanted you, but you didn't feel that way about me. Our beliefs, our assumptions about each other are asymmetrical, out of balance. Don't you understand? It's so simple.
Simple? Nothing about you is simple, Blair. Simple? Just call me confused. God, Blair, what is this about? Please make sense.
Okay, well, you stopped talking to me. You stopped looking at me.
Of course I stopped talking to you. Talking to you would be like hitting myself in the head with a hammer.
Okay, but all of a sudden, for the first time, you weren't there when I wanted you. You weren't there for me.
Okay.
It hurt.
Yeah. Well, what you told me last summer hurt too. It hurt like hell. You told me you didn't love me. I've never been hurt so much in my entire life. For a few minutes, I regretted I've been born.
I understand how you felt. I don't
Oh,
like it.
do you? Do you feel like somebody stabbed a hole into your stomach and then cut your heart, then your soul out with a dull knife? Do you?
Oh, okay, I don't. No, I don't like that I made you feel that way. There's nothing I might do or say to make it go away or to take it back. But Noah, I'm so sorry. Okay? I want to say, Noah, I love you.
You what?
I love you.
How do you love me, Blair? As a friend, as a female friend, or as a woman?
As a woman. Noah?
What?
Noah, did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. Why would you say that you love me?
Why?
Yes, why? Because if you don't mean it, then it hurts more than saying you don't love me.
Okay, I see that. I'm saying I love you because I've thought again. I've re-examined my heart. I thought about all the stuff we did together as kids. I thought about how doing that made me feel. How when I took my blinders off, really looked into my heart, I saw you. You were there. I want you to forever be there.
Blair,
You've been there for my entire life. You, Noah Schiffbauer Jr., have been there. Nearly every memory I have contains you. including the time that Hector the bull chased Claire and I. You and Aaron distracted Hector enough for us to reach the stone wall, and then Hector chased you and Aaron into the pond.
Claire,
What?
this isn't about the bull.
Okay. No bull. You became familiar. I took you for granted. Noah, you've never not talked to me, no matter what I did to you. You've looked at me. When I walk into a room, you looked at me. You smiled at me. I promise I'll never take you for granted again. I promise. Noah, please don't ignore me anymore.
Claire, I already told you that I love you.
You have, I heard you.
Then how can I assume that what you're telling me is how you really feel? That you're gonna feel the same way next week or next month or next year?
I won't feel the same.
What?
I'll feel more. With each passing second, I'll feel more for you than I did before because I'm allowing myself to feel more.
You're driving me even crazier than before.
Good. Noah, let's take each other on fate. I have faith that you love me. I'm asking you to have faith in me.
If I'd have known not talking to you would have led to this all these years ago, I would have stopped then.
Yeah, well, if I had known being honest with myself would have led to this, I would have done so then.
Is that what you're sticking with? Are you staying with I love you?
I am. I swear in the name of the Holy Chipmunk.
You love me.
I love you.
And you're ready to let me love you?
I am.
How I want to love you, not in some convoluted Blair way that will tie me up into a knot even an Eagle Scout couldn't untie. And I mean forever. I'm not talking about just today or tomorrow or next month or next year. I mean forever.
Forever.
Forever. Your declaration just seemed so sudden to me.
Yeah, well, it's not at all sudden. I've been in love with you forever. I was just too stupid, too pig-headed, too stubborn to admit it to myself.
So what you're saying is you're the quintessential stubborn Pengriff female.
Yeah, I am. As you're the quintessential rock steady Schiff Bauer male.
Boggles my mind what our kids will be like one day.
Our kids?
Yeah, assuming you agree to marry me.
Are you asking?
I believed I was.
I wasn't sure.
Oh my God. I love you, Blair. Will you marry me?
Oh.
I bought this right after I would never get to use it. I almost sold it on a few occasions, and in one memorable moment, I almost threw it into the river.
Oh my, Zoom sucks.
What? What? Why? Oh my gosh, my life with you is beginning in confusion.
I'll have to wait till you get back to school on Monday to wear my ring. Maybe you can beam it to me.
Blair,
Yeah?
I love you.
I love you too. This ring is just an outward manifestation of our soulful love.
Blair,
Yeah?
you're not going to get all serious and mature on me, are you?
I promise to do 6 silly things every day before breakfast, 3 ridiculous things every morning, 9 absurd things every afternoon, and 12 absolutely goofy things every evening, except for Christmas Day, New Year's, Valentine's, Good Friday, Easter, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Columbus Day, and Thanksgiving. On Halloween, I'll double everything. During National Clown Week, I'll treble everything. On your birthday, all bets are off. I'll see you Monday.
No, you'll see me in 45 minutes, less if the police cooperate. I want our lives together to begin as soon as possible.
But
Hello. Sadie? Jesus Christ. See, you can't start a Zoom meeting and then leave. Sadie.
Oh, sorry. Ouch, shit. Hey, Madison. Sorry, I forgot I was making tea and that I packed all the mugs, so then I had to go through all the boxes in the kitchen, and I just
Hey, it's fine. I was joking. How's packing going?
um pretty good. I just pretty much have the bathroom left and Sarah's side of the closet to pick through. I've been kind of avoiding that. I just can't get myself to throw any of it away just yet.
We already went through this. Anything you can't take with you, I'll store for you.
And I said no thank you. It's not fair of me to clog up your space with her things.
I have an entire extra bedroom that I have no use for. You made enough tough decisions the last couple of weeks. Don't rush choosing what to keep and what to throw out. Hell, we could even turn it into a Sarah shrine, build a statue of her out of bubblegum, and change the outfit every day.
Bubblegum.
It's a Hey Arnold thing, isn't it? Anyway, we'll have to talk to Bert about it. Shrines are more his thing. Speak of the Shrine Master.
What?
Oh, joke, you wouldn't get it. Had to be there. You're late.
By like 2 minutes. You're lucky I'm not later. The store's been crazy these last weeks.
You own a magic shop. It's the middle of April. How could you possibly be busy?
Tax returns have just come in. It's the third busiest time of year after Halloween and Valentine's. And it's a mystical emporium, not a magic shop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mystical Emporium.
Okay, kids, that's enough. Tonight isn't about you.
Sorry, Sade. How are you doing? No, I mean, I'm sorry. Stupid question.
Oh, it's fine. I'm fine. Fine enough. It's really good to see you, Bert.
You too. And you, Madison. Always a beacon of joy and positivity.
I try.
Are we waiting on Danny? Do we know if she's going to make it?
I think so. I told her 9 o'clock my time and didn't realize until yesterday that that actually makes it 2 o'clock in the morning for her. So maybe.
Well, while we're waiting, I didn't want to bring this up at
Well,
the
if it
funeral,
isn't my favorite people.
Did you put on a full face of makeup for a 2 a.m. Zoom call?
Nope. I just haven't taken off a full face of makeup for a 3 a.m. Zoom call. I just got in
just got in. From where?
from being out, silly.
I thought it was 2 o'clock in the morning in Amsterdam.
It is, but I left Amsterdam a few days ago. Too many bicycles. I'm staying with a friend in Finland for a few weeks. How was the funeral?
Jesus, Danny, what the fuck?
Come on, I know there's tea.
You could be a bit more sensitive, Danny.
Ugh, why? This is a celebration of life, right? I know my family. I know that funeral was gloomy and overdramatic and full of bullshit. So, look, I've done my fair share of crying, and I know you all have too. So let's celebrate my sister properly by spreading the hot goss about our monstrosity of a bloodline.
It was not gloomy, overdramatic, and full of bullshit.
I knew it. Come on, deets, 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 deets.
Well, your aunt sang a sob-filled rendition of Amazing Grace while a slideshow of baby pictures played in the background with every PowerPoint transition imaginable.
Vom. Did they play the video I sent you?
Surprisingly not.
Video?
Ugh. I poured my heart out into a jazzy rendition of the VeggieTales theme song. If you like talking to tomatoes.
Oh, gee. I can't imagine why they wouldn't play that.
It's a shame. It truly was a Grammy level performance. Leave it to my family to keep things somber. What else?
Oh, because of a wedding happening at the same time, we couldn't be in the actual church, so it took place in the meeting hall next door.
No, the meeting hall?
Yep,
One of Homecoming 2008?
the one and only.
God, Sarah would have loved that.
Your mom was absolutely pissed, though. She put up decals that looked like stained glass windows.
Of course she did. How many times were Jesus, God, or his plans mentioned?
We lost count pretty early on.
If I'd been there, we could have had a drinking game.
You could have been there, you know.
You know why I
should
couldn't
have been
come.
there. Couldn't, more like wouldn't. Christ, you somehow make everything about you, even your own sister's funeral.
If I had been there, everything would have been about me. Look, I'm sure that the scandal of my absence was significantly less than the loud finger pointing there would have been with my presence. I mean, they blame me for everything. They told me so on the phone. My fault she moved out. My fault she works in the city. My fault she learned to ride a bike. Hell, my parents probably came up with the reason it's my queer ass's fault she's gay, so that the family wouldn't blame them for the corruption that I influenced her with my dark and rebellious, evil, elder, influential ways.
Actually, I don't think anyone in the family outside your parents knew.
Wait, what? Sadie, you two have been engaged for over 2 years.
Yeah. Your mom told me that the only way I'd be allowed at the funeral was if I told everyone we were just roommates. And since we never went to any of the family events, they decided to hold off further embarrassment. Whole family seemed to think she was the same worshiping angel that she was a decade ago.
Fuck! Sadie, I am so sorry.
It's fine. I mean, it's not. But it is what it is. I know she's hurting. And anyway, I don't really intend to see any of them ever again. So I went for Sarah. And that's why we have tonight, right? To remember the real Sarah.
Right.
Right?
Right. And I've already monopolized it. Sorry.
That's less fine, but also not unexpected. Bert, do you want to kick off our remembrances?
Okay. Did everyone get their boxes? All right, let's open them up. First, you'll see a tarot card. I pulled one for each of you and wrote you guidance about what it means and how it can help you move forward.
Why does it smell like weed in here?
Well, you each have a few baggies labeled herbs. I made you all a personalized tea blend based on your card and the fact that I know you, Madison. Pretty sure you have some mugwort in there. That's the weed smell. You'll also find a tin with a variety of crystals for grief. I did random scoops for each of you so you can get the benefits that you need most. Might be some smoky or rose quartz, moonstone, pyrite. I did make sure there were a few amethysts. That's Sarah's birthstone. Also, Sadie, when you and Sarah were up that week in January, Sarah stopped by the shop and got a few things for each of you for next Christmas.
Always planning ahead.
So your boxes also include those things.
What?
Ripping in class, that one.
She knew us so well.
So that was my remembrance. Who's next?
Well, now that we got the leaf and rock playing out of the way.
You know you love it.
I know I love you. At least enough to let you ramble on about it. I want to talk about something practical. I know we don't want to talk about this kind of thing, but I'd like us all to talk about our plans after death and our wishes after death. Sarah's financial businesses led to a struggle with her parents, and getting them to accept what Sadie got to keep was a practical bloodbath. And I know that she was more organized than any of you lot. So I'd like us to have the base of a plan. Personally, I would like to be cremated. If I have a partner, I would like him to have the ashes and all assets. If I don't have a partner, I would like to be spread around Dusset Park hiking path. I also have a box with each of your names in the attic that I store in the attic, and all of the things within those boxes are for you. Bert.
I would like a proper Wiccan funeral. There's a priestess by my shop whose information I keep on hold for a multitude of reasons. She'll know how to go about that process. I don't really have any assets, but the shop, Honestly, I'd want it to go to you, Madison.
Me?
Yeah, you have the best business sense out of any of us, and I think you take the best care of it, knowing what it meant to me. Plus, every good magic shop could use a good skeptic.
That is certainly noted down. Sadie.
Yes, I really don't have the energy to be thinking about that yet.
Sadie, honey, I get it, but this is.
I'll go next. I want to be cremated and put inside a firework used for a gender reveal party.
Danny, please take this seriously.
I've never been more serious. What better way to go than in exploding into a burst of gender binary and possibly starting a forest fire?
Would you want to be a boy firework or a girl firework?
Good question. I think I want to accidentally be a green one to confuse the parents and ruin the surprise.
Sadie?
I guess take my organs for donation, water cremation, and then just bury me next to a nice tree. Cool? Are we done here? Did everybody go? Whose remembrance is next?
Oh, me. Pick me.
Take it away, Danny.
Okay, now I know you all knew Sarah the best, but I definitely knew her the longest. As kids, we often had to be ushers for funerals that took place at our cult. And her least favorite part was always when people would get up and talk about their memories, because then everyone would be sad thinking about their future without said person. So I want us to go around and talk about our hopes for the future without mentioning Sarah once. Act like it's 15 years from now and you're catching her up on everything. I'll go first. I haven't settled down. I've been to every European country twice and many of the continents a few times. I've finally settled down with this political goddess who just happened to run for the Prime Minister of New Zealand and won. And we have a nerdy gamer boyfriend who we don't have to hide from the public because the world doesn't care anymore. And we have adopted a child that we're naming Sarah. That we're naming after a super awesome sister who shall rename nameless.
That's sweet. It's a little far-fetched, but it's sweet.
No limitations. Bert, future, go.
I guess the shop is doing super well. I've managed to expand it across the country, several locations. It's self-sustaining enough, so I don't have to worry so much about the business side of things, and I can host workshops, focus on helping individual people. I like helping people.
Nice.
Also, I have a pet dragon.
Extra nice. Madison.
I'm married, couple of kids. My finance background has us pretty comfortable. We vacation annually, couple of pets of the non-mythical variety. Despite my better judgment, I'm still in touch with all of you.
Well, that answer was about as interesting as a slice of white bread.
Listen, you asked and I answered.
Listen, hey. Have you ever had white bread? It's delicious. And so are you. Sadie?
I have a small cabin on a lake. It's remote enough to be quiet, but not feel like it's exiled from the rest of the world. I'm sitting on the back porch facing the water, with a cup of tea cooling beside me, a book in my hand, and a cat in my lap. This is one of those moments where I think of you. They happen less and less now, but that's okay. I know you wouldn't want me to miss you for forever. I can see you rocking on the hammock beside me, asking me to read whatever passage I just read that made me smile. The spell is broken when my wife comes out of the kitchen with a breakfast tray. She asks me what I'm thinking about, and I tell her because we have no secrets. She asks me to read her that same passage, and she reacts very similarly to you. We are happy. I am happy. I'm okay.
Well, you kind of broke the rule, but I'll let it slide.
This literally sounds like your plans for next Sunday.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Oh, yeah. I'm moving tomorrow and adopting a cat on Wednesday.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, Sarah and I had actually signed the mortgage for this cabin about a week before the accident. Madison's actually coming over tomorrow to help me move.
Tell her about the cat.
Yeah, tell me about the cat.
So, about a week after the funeral, I went to the animal shelter that Sarah had been volunteering at to pick up some of the things that she had left there. Nothing huge, just a jacket, some knickknacks, a couple of pictures. They were in the break room, which is in the back of the building, so you have to walk through the cat room to get there. And there are just dozens of cats loose around the room. Some of them are just sleeping, some of them are vying for attention. And as I'm walking through, I feel a tug on my sleeve. And I look down and there's this little sleeping cat's paw that just caught on my shirt. No big deal. I go to the back room, I grab some of her things, and I start to leave back through the sea of cats. And then I smelled Sarah all over that jacket. And like, I hadn't really cried since leaving the hospital. I couldn't at the funeral. And everything just came back all at once. And next thing I know, I'm lying on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably, surrounded by cats. But then I feel something on the tip of my nose, exactly where Sarah used to poke me to try and get me to smile. I open my eyes and there's this disheveled cat, the same one that had caught on my shirt before, and it's looking down on me with its one eye, purring. And it just sat there with me. So I asked the girl at the front about it, and she told me this absolute sob story about this cat's past. It was right up Sarah's alley. I'm honestly shocked she didn't try and sneak this cat past our demonic landlord on day one. So I filled out the papers right then and there, and I visited a few times a week since. I didn't want to move her twice, so I'm waiting until after the move tomorrow to bring her home.
Well, that is absolutely adorable.
And you just know that Sarah was with you through that cat.
Well, you don't just know, woo woo boy, but even I'll admit it makes for a cute story.
So, Sadie. Spooks from Bert, morbid plans from Madison, a glimpse into the future from me. How do you want to remember Sarah?
Well, assuming everything worked out. In your boxes from Bert, under the tin of crystals, there's a small jar with a plaid ribbon and a charm. Each of you has a charm from Sarah's charm bracelet, and the ribbon is made from her favorite shirt. And inside the jar is Sarah.
Holy shit. I thought her mom took the ash.
She did, but at the funeral, while her mom was lamenting with Bert about how much she wished he was her son-in-law, I managed to sneak a mason jar of her out, and I wanted to give some of her to each of you.
Is it legal to mail these?
Technically, outside of the US, no, hence hiding them in Bert's spooktacular box. It's not like I mailed chunks of flesh or anything. I mean, it's basically just a jar of dust. If it skeeves you out too much, you don't have to keep her.
No, I love it.
Yeah, this is really nice. Sadie, thank you. So now what?
It appears we sit in a long, awkward silence.
Hold a seance.
No.
No. Sadie, what do you want to do? You're the one with the big day tomorrow.
Actually, could I bring you guys into my bedroom and
Always.
and have you guys go through some of my things with some of Sarah's things with me.
Absolutely.
Sounds perfect.
Sweet. I'll have to transfer the Zoom meeting from my desktop to a tablet, so I'll just have to end the meeting real quick, and then I'll resend the link in a minute.
We'll be here.
I love you guys. I'll see you in a second.
Hi, Mike. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Dan, I speak English and I'm not deaf.
You've been really difficult to get a hold of. I had to hire a professional investigator to help me find you.
Maybe I didn't want to be found, Dan.
Yeah, I got the sense that you might have been dodging my calls and ignoring my letters. Yeah.
What do you want, Dan? I don't have all day. Get to the point.
Well, we need to talk about the album.
What album?
Our album.
That was 30 years ago, Dan. Why do we need to talk about that now?
It is a little complicated. That's why I wanted to make sure that we had a chance to speak.
You know, the last time I saw any of you guys was when you left me in that world changer in San Diego.
That was an elevator in a hotel, and you had just shit yourself after another night of what I assume was hard drinking.
What? I was out working my ass off, promoting the band, selling merch, and trying to get people interested to come see us perform.
Mike, right before the elevator, you were standing on top of the hotel bar dancing, and you started kicking people's drinks into their faces, and they were calling the police. We got you out of there to keep you out of jail. You'd already been arrested twice that week already.
Bullshit, Dan. You're so full of it. None of that happened. That's not what I remember at all. I think you're making this shit up.
Okay. Do you remember getting arrested for peeing out the window of the tour bus while it was driving down the highway?
Nope.
Well, do you remember the weed cookies we bought off those skateboarders at Venice Beach? When the police showed up later to arrest the pot dealer, you tried to steal that bicycle cop's mountain bike and take off with it.
That's horseshit, Dan. I don't recall any of this.
Well, frankly, Mike, with the way you were drinking, I'd be surprised if you did remember any of it.
Fuck you, Dan. Call me just to judge me? What the fuck are we talking about right now?
The Koreans.
The North Koreans?
Come on, Mike. Have you seen any hit TV shows or films coming out of North Korea? No, the South Koreans. They're killing it right now. Netflix is investing in them big time.
Yeah, I saw Parasite and that show, The Squid Game. I know what you're talking about.
No, Andy called this morning. You remember our band's manager, Andy?
Did that motherfucker go to jail for sex trafficking?
Yeah, it seems he got ensnared in one of those Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator scenarios where he was propositioning a minor online, and when he went to meet said minor, it turned out to be the police ready to arrest him.
What the hell is Andy doing in South Korea?
What? No, Mike, Andy's in Haverhill. He got out of prison a decade ago. He called because he needs us to sign off on a license for this South Korean film company to use some of our album for some show they're making.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yes. Since you and I are the only living members of the group, he needs both our signatures.
Wait, What happened to Tommy and Ben?
Tommy and Ben both died.
Shit. What happened?
I figured you would have heard about this by now since it was a few years ago.
You better be bullshitting me right now, Dan.
No, Mike. Unfortunately, I'm not.
The fuck happened to them?
Oh, it was a freak accident. Two completely unrelated freak accidents, actually, since they both happened in different years, in different countries. But they were doing something they loved when they went.
Say more.
Well, Tommy was first. This was only 5 years ago now. He got really heavy into paragliding.
Oh, great.
Oh, he came in second place in an international free flying championship in Colombia a few years before he died.
He flew out of the sky?
No, actually, he had an allergic reaction to a Cliff Bar he ate while in flight.
Oh, shit. The peanut allergy. I mean, he was always so careful to check labels and inform servers about it in restaurants.
Yeah, turned out there was a mishap at the factory and a peanut ended up in one of the non-peanut power bars. His wife is still dealing with the wrongful death suit. Cliff Bar is saying, well, their product labels provide sufficient warning that they're made in a facility that contains peanuts. And, it's really horrible.
Tommy had a wife?
Yeah. Tommy and his wife had 2 kids, 2 boys, Zach and Ralphie. They were both pretty young when he died. Ralphie plays the guitar just like his old man, but Zach is not really interested in music.
What happened to Ben?
Oh, Ben was snowmobiling with his brother Tim in Alaska. They'd been on a multi-day excursion with an adventure company. Group had a satellite phone, and he checked in each night with his wife till, the night he didn't. This was 2 winters ago. The adventure company told his wife that the whole group was lost in an avalanche and their remains were never found. Ben had 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, Jim, Rita, and Agatha, now being raised by a single mom.
Shit. I don't know which story is worse here, Dan.
Yeah, well, the company had all the participants sign liability waivers, so it really like the family is left with nothing but the loss of their dad and his brother. Ben and Tim's mom had a stroke, died the next December. I can only imagine how hard it must have been on her.
I can't believe this, Dan. You know, before you joined the band, we were out gigging in South America, and I had a couple 10 beers during my set. Fell off the stage. It hit my head pretty bad. 23 stitches. Tommy and Ben got me to the hospital, of course, but I'd lost a lot of blood. The doctor said I wasn't going to make it unless I found some donor blood. My blood type is rare. It's AB negative. Hospital didn't have any AB negative, but fucking Ben, he is O negative. It's what they call donor blood or golden blood because anybody can take it. That motherfucker saved my life. A couple weeks prior on that same tour, I stepped outside the venue in Guayaquil. I don't know why Andy ever thought that a South American tour was a good idea. But there I was, finding myself getting kidnapped by some people that I thought were perfectly respectable drug dealers. I stepped out just for a bag of cocaine. And here, I found myself chained to a toilet in a bathroom. I thought I was dead for sure. That was the most fucked up thing that had ever happened to me up until that point. But anyway, Tommy's dad wired him some money, Western Union, and he actually showed up to pay the kidnappers the ransom. Can you imagine the stones on that guy? I mean, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for those two dudes. I'm sure that they wouldn't have ditched me in that hotel if it weren't for you.
Yeah, well, I knew some bits of these stories, Mike, even though I never heard them from you. I really had assumed that you would have known about Tommy and Ben by now with social media and whatever. It's been really hard to think of getting in touch with you again after all these years, after what went on way back when we were touring together.
Well, I didn't want to get in touch with you guys either. I haven't written any music since back then. Hell, I don't even listen to music anymore.
Well, that's the reason I called. I need to send you these documents from Andy to sign to let the Koreans use the album in their film.
What if I don't sign?
Well, if you don't sign it, then they can't use our music, and I'm sure they'll just find someone else's.
After you guys abandoned me all those years ago, and now I find out that half the band is dead, why should I sign this thing?
There is a considerable licensing fee that Andy managed to negotiate with the Koreans.
What are we talking about here?
Oh, it's a lot. It's more than the cost of the average American home right now.
Oh, what a mind fuck. Where do I sign?
I'll send you the documents from Andy. Now, we have to respond by the end of the week. You going to be able to look them over with your attorney before then?
What attorney?
Tommy and Ben didn't leave ownership of the music licensing to the next of kin in their wills. So with them gone, it's just you and me that'll be the benefactors. Plus Andy's 10% fee as usual.
It's not right, Dan. You know that's not right. You didn't even write any of the songs on that album.
I know, Mike, and neither did you. But Tommy put all our names in the liner notes with songwriting credit. I never thought anyone would want to hear that album again. God knows I haven't listened to it. But here we are. Now we got this pile of money coming down on us.
I don't want it, Mike. Damn, whatever the fuck your name is. I don't want it. I'll just piss it away. Give it to those kids. Tommy and Ben's kids. That's the right thing to do.
Oh, Mike, I didn't expect you to suggest that.
I'm not telling you what to do with your half. That's what I'm going to do with my half.
Oh, that's really generous, Mike. I don't really know what to say.
Dan, I always liked you the least. So do me a favor. Don't say anything. Just send me those documents. I'll sign them, and then send me the mailing addresses for those two widows. And then do me a favor. Don't contact me again.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Mike, but I will respect your wishes. I'll have Andy get in touch with you directly if there's any more business we need to attend to. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, one more thing, Dan.
Yeah, Mike.
Go fuck yourself, Dan.